back to American Truck Simulator. This is David Steele, and here's my truck. Except it's not actually lined up very well. This is awkward. Let's try that again, shall we? It's not good when you can't line it up, right? Okay, well, we have a little quick trip today. I'm hesitating to say the word short. There we go. That's much better. Right, let's get the parking brake on. Let's get the ride height back to what it should be, and let's connect the trailer. Okay, let's jump into the truck. Well, today we're in a Macar. We're in the medium wheelbase Macar with the large fuel tank, and this is a quick trip just to test a new engine I'm working on. Well, I say new. It's an existing engine, but it's a new variant. This is the Cummins ISM 350. So it's rated at 350 horsepower, as you'd expect from the name, and we've got 1350 foot-pounds of torque under the right foot here today. So it's quite a decent output for an 11-litre engine. We are using a 10-speed transmission, 10-speed overdrive with a 355 final drive, and behind me is about 54,000 pounds of cargo on a double trailer. How's that going to catch? Yeah, that's a little tight. I probably shouldn't have made. Oh no, actually, that's not so bad. Okay. Still, it's a little tight to get out of here. Okay. Now we're using an ISM definition with the at the time of saying this, fairly new to me, progressive shift pattern enabled, which lets the engine or lets the transmission in automated mode very much short shift. So I'm riding off right now with a gentle throttle, and it's short shifting to put me at about 1,000 revs in the next gear up. We only have 10 speeds, and this works better, in quote marks, with a 13, a 15 or an 18 speed transmission. Actually a 12 speed or a 16. The more gears you've got, the better it works, because you can short shift more, but the more gear changes that you end up making. It works okay with a 10 speed. And the other advantage of the progressive shifting, or at least the idea behind it, is as the speed rises, as you go up through the gears, you end up using more and more revs through each gear, and that's because as your speed climbs, you need a bit more power to keep you there. At lower speed, it's all about the torque. So we're trying to accelerate the engine such that when we arrive at the speed we want to be, he's got a stop sign. We are close to our peak torque figure. I may have made a mistake here. I may have pulled out a little bit too keen. Yeah, I did. Sorry, cars. My bad. Now, I'm not expecting this engine to be any great shakes, but that's part of the point behind it. It's a replacement for the M11 ISM, so it's got Cummins, is it Interact? I forget what they call it, excuse me, but I'm also playing around with the shift points and the transmission and how that works. If we lift off, there's a good chance it's going to upshift. That's perfect. And if we squeeze the pedal harder, the adaptive shifting technology will mean that it's going to hold on to those gears longer. I'd love to take out this Prius. I don't think I'm going to be able to, though. So I'm feathering the throttle when I'm under power here, just to minimize engine revs and maximize economy. But if I give it a bit more power, it might even shift down. But it's going to hold on to this gear for longer. Right, I'm at full power now. There we go. Alright, so it held on to the gear a little longer. Not a massive amount, but it changed up for 1100 revs, which is pretty much where this engine produces peak torque. So that is completely fine. I'm going to lift off now. It's not going to upshift because it's not going to shift up because I want it to. Yay. It is, to be fair, a pretty heavy cargo. There we go. It shifted up once we reached flat ground. and that's by and large what I wanted it to do. So at this point, I'm happy enough with how the thing works, how the shift points interact with the torque curve, the engine. I'm going to be refining my engine definitions for a while. A little bit of engine braking there just to wake everyone up. I think I may have just clipped. Yeah, I think I did. Just mowed the lawn there. Oh well. Right. Oh, nice. Nice little maneuver here to get onto the highway. Okay, well, fair enough. And as for the ISM, this is by request, or I think it's an ISM. So in a recent convoy, as I narrate this, Zach was like, "Hey, any more definitions for the ISM?" I'm like, "Yes." And here we are. Why am I yawning all of a sudden? I jump in ATS. Oh, I think I know why. It's raining. It's in a storm. Yeah, it's gonna make me feel sleepy. Well, let's see if I can stay awake for this. Yeah, I love the sound of rain in this game. I'm using a few Zmods sound enhancements, so to make a difference to it. Let's go ahead and move off with the wheel cam view. The Macar in question today has an R700 front end. Let's see if I can show that off. It's quite a bit longer than the standard. Macar right now has become my test mule for a number of different engines. And really, to try and keep it a bit more authentic, I'm using the R700 hood. That's a bigger front end. Gives it a lot more space for engines. Whoa. It flew down that hill. Gravity is a monster, right? So for instance, the Detroit Diesel 8V92 was not available in the R600 hood. That's the normal Macar. If you're going by Harbin's mod, the hood's simply, the underbonnet space, the hood space is simply too tight. So you need the R700. Well, that's why I've got the R700. But if I'm testing other engines, such as some of the 15-litre units, it's a bit more authentic to have more space. I'm going to give it full power here to try and climb this hill. Let's see what it does. It might go into power mode because we've got a cargo behind us. Let's see, it's 1500 revs. So I really wouldn't want it to shift up at this point. It started to flatten off and then it shifted up. Okay. I mean, that's kind of acceptable. Something else with the adaptive shift pattern. If you hit cruise control, if you enable cruise control, it disables the adaptive transmission. So the engine will shift up pretty much spot on whatever it should do according to the engine definitions, with the exception if you're under power mode. Yet another yawn. Goodness me. Anywho, so that's 1100 revs at 50 miles an hour in top gear. That is that's about as slow as we really want to go, but this should be a decent engine speed, a decent cruise for mileage, and so it is. I'm going to accelerate up to 60 if I'm able to, and we'll see what the mileage goes. 5.5 it reckons. 5.4, okay. That's good economy for basically full power. Thanks, Doug. Wonder how soggy that cardboard's going to get in the rain. Will the cargo end up being heavier when I arrive versus when I leave? I mean, you would think, right? Or maybe 54,000 pounds is what it was when it's rain logged, and if it stops raining, maybe it'll be lighter when I get there. We can go faster if it's lighter. Well, I don't think the forecast says it's going to brighten up. It's going to be pretty rainy the whole day, so it's an early morning run today. We started about 5. What time is it now? It's now 7. So by the time we got to the the depot and grab the waste paper. It was a little bit after 5. Yeah, this game is so pretty. And by all accounts, version 1.5 is even prettier with some new anti-aliasing stuff that SCS are putting in there. The pre-production or the experimental beta, the alpha or whatever you want to call it, has not yet made the transition to DX12, and I'm not that surprised by that. I'm not too concerned by it either. The game looks pretty, and one would hope a small polish in terms of performance could make a big difference to how well it runs. But as you can see, it seems to be running fine today. It seems to be. Yeah, 1600 revs at 60. That is... No, 1300 revs at 60, my bad. That seems a little short for a 355. No, actually, maybe not, because it's 1200 revs at 55. Let's just double check that, I think. Let's bring my speed back down to 55 and make sure that it's 1200 revs. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that is close enough, I think. Well, my time to arrive there is about now. Up until just after 2 in the afternoon, so I've got loads of time for today's trip. I'm not really worried about the time. And I have to say, this engine does exactly what I thought it would. This is more a sanity check. I've spent quite a bit of time looking at these shift points in the torque curve for other engines in the range. The 350 is... it appears to be a mildly detuned version of the 370, and very similar to the 330. My speed back up to 60 if it'll do it. Very pretty. Stay in my lane though. There we go. Now there was a weigh station a little bit up here, but oh, it's actually a bit further. I might get pulled in. I'm curious to see what the gross weight is on this this combination, because it's no ball of fire, but it is pulling the cargo and going through the gears really nicely. This is an 11-litre engine, as I may have said earlier. It's not a big bore, it's more a mid-bore unit, and it's you can see why a lot of people like the M11. And the ISM 11 just carries on the tradition, although I don't think it was as popular as the M11, probably because of the emission stuff. It's not super efficient. It's not like a Cummins X12, which is another very pleasant engine to... you just want to do a little bit of hauling and you're not concerned about the image of having a 12-litre engine. Yeah, the X12s are, in the game at least, it's a very nice piece of kit. The 350 is the entry level, same headline figures as this engine, 350 horsepower, 1350 foot-pounds of torque, but it's real frugal. You can run that down to just less than 1,000 RPM, and it's quite happy. Okay, I'm gonna get pulled in. No, that's a shame. Got a fair bit of body roll here as we hunker along at 60. Okay, steer left, steer, there we go. Yeah, fair bit of body roll, which I think just shows how heavy this cargo is, but we're not going to get the chance to be weighed. Oh well, time for some tea. Why is this Jeep slowing down on me? No, I wonder if to use the right-hand lane. Am I going to Seattle? I am, okay. I should have used my mirror first before I started to merge. Aha! There we go. Right, let's cancel cruise control. I'm gonna take this exit. It's all looking good on the right there. It's brightening up, which is nice. Bit of engine brake. These sounds are, I believe, from the International 9900i, from the Eagle. Kill my engine brake right now. Oh, I think I'm in the wrong lane. I'm not sure. Did it say keep right? Well, I did, and it appears I made the right choice. Yeah, I'd never noticed that before in quite the way that I have today. The city of Seattle. Alright, so I'm lifting off the power completely now, as I don't need anything to go down this gradient. The limit drops to, yeah, the limit drops to 35, which is where we're at. It's a bit of engine brake. Engine brake's not strong enough, okay. Take care of the engine brake, yeah. Not that surprising. It's a fairly small engine, it's a pretty hefty cargo. We're asking the engine brake to probably 90 to 100,000 pounds worth of my car just to slow it down. And I've modelled the ISM 11 engine, or the ISM engine brake, to be not the most powerful in the Cummins family. Now that may be inaccurate, and if you know different to this, just let me know in the comments below. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, it wouldn't hold it at 35 on that gradient. It's quite a steep one though. But still. Got the R700 front chrome grille there. Just for good measure. In case there was any doubt as to what this is, I'm going to let the truck roll forward here under gravity. A bit more brake going on, there we go. We should get to go soon. We're still waiting to go. Oh, look at the road sign. It even points me where I need to go. Towards the rail expert. Hunker left. Come on. Thank you. Okay. Right, so a little bit of power. Shifts up at 1300. That is fantastic. Now, it's going to go through some of these gears really quickly, and I can't fix that. Sadly. Not easily fix it. You can either get your lack of inner gear for a few seconds, or you can get your potentially short shifting and adaptive technology, and I've yet to get the two combined effectively. I'll keep trying.
Turn left.
Right, well that just about brings today's video to a close. Not going to make everyone watch me deliver this cargo to the terminal here. So, hope that you enjoyed it. Very quick run today. Just wanted to go through using the ISM and some of the tweaks, and really highlight that that the progressive shift pattern is working just fine with this generation engine. So, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.